What's up, everyone? It's Brian from the Exact IT Solutions YouTube channel. Welcome to another video where we educate you on all those things going out there around cybersecurity and teach you things that you can do or what you can do to protect yourself from these cyber criminals. So today we're going to talk about the ransomware attack that happened over Labor Day weekend with Howard University. And this ransomware attack disrupted classes. It also canceled the online classes for anyone who was taking classes remotely. They had to make some other adjustments to their schedule, but it did absolutely disrupt things. They apparently set up a backup Wi-Fi system over at Howard University so students could get online. They did caveat that with saying, like, you might not be able to access some things and yada yada. My guess is that the Wi-Fi system was probably not able to handle the normal traffic that the school provides to its students. But I'd like to hear from you guys. You know, Howard University, big university down in Washington, D.C. It's a historically black college. I don't know if any other historically black colleges have been attacked in the past. I don't know if this is the first one. But either here nor there, you know, law enforcement's investigating, the article says, the full impact, but it appears that there's no evidence of any personal information being accessed or siphoned from the systems. Guys, if I had $100 for every time I read this in an article and then a month, 2, 3 later on a Friday afternoon, there's a press release that's pushed out that says, actually, we found out that personally identifiable information was stolen from the systems. We don't see this in every case, but we see it in almost every case, which is why I make the recommendation to companies to not say anything like this until they really know, because this gives a false sense of security to somebody who may be a student there, who may be wondering if their information is now being sold or traded on the dark web. The responsible thing to do here, folks, is to just say we don't know, because that's the truth. The truth is we don't know if the information was. You don't say there's no evidence. And that's the popular phrase that kind of irks me, is that you're saying there's no evidence. Well, if you didn't have the proper things set up in the first place, there's going to be no evidence. There's never going to be any evidence. The only way you're going to find out in that case, when you didn't set up the things that were needed to see whether or not this information was stolen, is when the hacker tells you he has it, and then he starts leaking it either already on the dark web or leaking it to you so you can see what they have. So, interesting thing at the bottom of this article for the Howard University. So it says, indeed, students and staff would do well to protect themselves against possible phishing attacks, which is good information. A good rule of thumb is to always scrutinize any unsolicited emails, especially if they contain suspicious links, which is always great advice. And using two-factor authentication where possible to secure accounts is always a good idea, and you can never go wrong with using a password manager to bolster your password security. So I'm not exactly sure why it was important for them to put that information out to the students. However, you know, I think security and awareness training from a cybersecurity perspective, similar to what you would receive if you worked at a company, is a good idea for colleges to start giving to students. Because, quite frankly, a lot of colleges that I'm familiar with, the students are on the network, and those computers in the labs and stuff can be compromised if there's a problem. If somebody clicks on, say, a malware link or an attachment in an email in a lab computer, there's really a very good chance that if that happens, that spreads through the lab, and depending on how the network's set up, it could spread to other places you don't really want it to. So Howard University, unfortunately, dealing with ransomware right now. It happened over Labor Day weekend, and I think it's taken them the better part of this week to kind of get back up and running. I still don't think they are up and running, but hey, are you over at Howard University, or has your school ever been hit with ransomware? I'd love to hear about your experience. Share your experience. The more that people know, the more that people can see that this is real and that this affects everyday people. I think the more awareness we can bring around the problem, and people can start to see like the different ways that, you know, these exploits go down, you know, how you got a certain email, how a certain phish, you know, happened, because they're all different. They don't all look the same. They don't all come in the same way. There could be a multiple email chain involved. It could be one email. You never know how they come through, but I'd love to hear your guys' experience on these types of things. You know, has your school been hit, or, you know, do you attend Howard University? And are you going through this with the school? So that's it. Hope you enjoyed this. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel. And I'll see you on the next one.